Good morning and welcome to day 5. Well, my hair is exactly the way I wore it yesterday because this is how I fell asleep. I do not normally fall asleep with a bun in my hair. I just got up. I thought, I feel kind of good. I almost feel back to myself. My sinuses are still a little cloggy, but nothing like they were at all. I slept really good last night. I only tossed and turned a couple of times. So that's a huge help right there. Really try to ignore the nasty taste in my mouth. It's pretty strong last night again. My mouth wasn't quite as dry as it was the night before, so I think that helped. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of this tent and go do my morning things and get some coffee going and see how I feel today once I'm up. I have a feeling it's gonna be an even better day today. Pretty trippy how fast this is happening. Another thing that surprised me is I didn't take any Advil last night. I decided to be kind of curious and see what would happen. I figured if all else failed, I could take some in the middle of the night if I needed to, but I never did, and not too bad. Well, I am about to go in the house in the Paul zone. Got my mask. So I'm still not going in the house without it, and I wash my hands the second I get in there, and I try to stay in there a very minimal amount of time. So far he's safe, so this is so worth it. Well, I was about to get my coffee, but I'm kind of curious with the way I'm feeling today and how good I'm feeling today in comparison and so quickly. I'm going to take one of the home tests to see if I still register as positive or not. I'm just kind of curious. So this is the test that I took when I first was feeling kind of crummy, and it came up positive at the time. So then I went to work at the hospital and they tested me again, and of course I still ended up being positive. Gonna see what it says. Okay, so I think you can see this pretty decent. These are what it looks like when you are positive. So the first day, when I first was positive with this, I mean, it was definitely like that. The T was just lit up big time. And there you go. Well, it still shows that I'm positive. I was just kind of curious, but it's definitely not lit up like it was last time. It's pretty dull, so it's kind of interesting how it's reflecting how I'm feeling. Well, as far as COVID goes, I've been sitting here and thinking about a lot of things, comparing last time that I had it last year compared to this time now. So I'm having two different kinds of outcomes, but yet they're somewhat similar in a way too. I'll explain. So I'll start with last year's. I remember feeling like I was just had kind of this funny little cough in the late evening. I was at work, and I just kind of had a little cough. Thought it was allergies. I thought that's kind of odd. Got up the next morning, went to work, and I thought I kind of felt a little achy in my neck and my back. I thought I just probably worked hard the day before. Didn't think anything of it until about an hour and a half at work. The achiness had spread through my entire body, even my toes hurt, and it ended up being positive. So I go home, I'm on quarantine for 10 days, and in that 10 days, things just kind of progressively got worse daily, as those 10 days progressed. Everything from, I took my Advil and my Tylenol because my body just hurt so bad. My sinuses were incredibly painful. I couldn't think. I think that might be where COVID brain comes from, because your head is just so congested and everything that you just can't even think. And it moved down into my chest, of course, and so then I've got yuckies coming out of my nose. I'm coughing up terrible stuff, and my cough got really bad. I lost my sense of taste and smell absolutely, completely. That was very creepy. That lasted maybe about a week, maybe a week and a half at the most, before I started being able to smell and taste things again. More than anything, by the end of that 10 days, and I was supposed to go back to work, I couldn't. I actually had to take off, I think, maybe another week or week and a half, because I was coughing so bad still, and I had such thick, bad congestion that there was just no way I could go back to work yet. So by the end of that additional time, I think the coughing had finally got under control. I don't remember if it was because of the Mucinex or whatever I was taking that helped, or if by then I had tried the Z-Pack. I can't remember, but it at least made it so that the cough was under control, and the mucus was a little better, but the congestion did not go away completely. It wasn't until last March that I finally told the doctor, I said, look, the Z-Pack helped and it made it kind of minimal, but then as time went by with the months, it just started getting more thicker, more often, very badly colored, and it just wasn't going away. So finally he gave me another prescription of something else, and that finally knocked it out, and so all has been better. So this time, the major difference is the day after I found out that I had COVID, I found out about this antiviral. So the doctor gave me a prescription. So I started on the very next day. And the funny thing that I'm noticing is that I feel like I'm having the exact same symptoms as I had the last time. I've had the coughing, it all started exactly the same. I had the little funny cough the day before. The sinuses started getting all achy and whatever, thinking it was allergies. But once I took that antiviral, it's like I'm having every single symptom, but it's almost like it's sped up. It's the only word I know how to say to make it make any sense. It's like I'm having all the exact symptoms except for the loss of taste or smell. I have not encountered that yet. But everything else has been just like happening, just like it did the last time, only super fast. I don't know if that's normal for this medication to just make things go really quickly, because today what I am noticing, I have the congestion in my sinuses a little bit, not like it was at all, but there's just a little bit in both sides. But now it has moved down into my chest, or at least upper area, hitting there, and now I'm kind of coughing up a little bit of yuckies from there that's a little colored, a little thicker, stuff like that. So I'm making sure to get that out. So it's just kind of weird how this medication is working, which makes me wonder, tomorrow night will be the last pills that I take. So in 5 days of taking this, well, I'm wondering, how is it going to leave me feeling after tomorrow? I'm going to guess I'll still have some kind of symptoms, but will they gradually keep on getting better and better so that by the time I'm done with my quarantine, I'll be back to normal? Or with having some symptoms still, will these symptoms grow and grow again instead of getting better once I'm finished taking these antivirals? So it'll be interesting to find out, and I'll keep you posted as far as how that ends up turning out. Good evening. It's 8 p.m. here, and I am feeling a lot better. My sinuses are almost completely clear. The congestion that was trying to happen is already trying to clear up. It's almost like a miracle. I mean, I feel really good. I almost feel back to myself. And I even went for a walk today. So it's going to be interesting. Tomorrow is my last day of taking this medication. I'll be looking forward to seeing afterwards. Hopefully I will continue on that path, just getting better and better, just getting back to some normal life. I want to thank you all for your prayers and your thoughtfulness for me and Paul. Keep praying for Paul, because I'm doing just fine. He's doing fantastic, just working hard. I don't know what kind of a timeline there is from the time you're exposed to the time you start showing symptoms, but at this point he's doing really well, and I just have this feeling he'll continue. So continue those prayers for him to stay well, and I will see you in the morning, because I'm going to eat my dinner and go to bed pretty early tonight, and hopefully we'll be waking up to a really good morning. So I'll see you in the morning. I love you guys.